Hey Megan, make sure my bath is ready for when I get back. It's been a long day at work and I want to be able to come back and relax straight away in a nice, warm bath. Remember, it needs the oils, the candles, the bath salts, and some good music. The temperature also needs to be an even 105 degrees to be perfect. I don't want to have to be waiting around again while some you try and sort it out. Or worse yet, do it myself again.
I understand that you might have had a tough day at work, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to have anything ready by the time you get back.
Well, what? Well, why not?
Well, I've been busy too. In fact, I still am. I'm not even back home yet, so I definitely won't have the time to make a bath for you before you get back. You might even make it back before I do. I'm sorry, baby, but that's just the truth. I probably won't be able to get dinner done either. I know I'll be too tired to cook anything by the time I get back. Maybe we could order in or something? There's that nice Chinese place just down the road. What do you think?
No, I'm not ordering in. I don't want to spend money on food when we've got perfectly good stuff to eat at home. You just need to get off your lazy butt and actually do something for once.
Excuse me? What do you mean I need to stop being so lazy? I'm nothing of the sort. I literally just told you that I wouldn't be able to make it back to do anything until late because I'm still working.
Well, that's just not true now, is it? You're probably just sitting in some nail salon or something, spending my hard-earned money.
What do you mean? I'm not doing that at all. And how am I in any way lazy and unhelpful?
Well, how can you think that you're not? Your job isn't even a real job. You just go around taking pictures of people and then charging them money for it. I could do that with my phone's camera. You have no idea what hard work looks like. Not to mention that you don't even help out around the house like a good wife is supposed to.
Like a good wife's supposed to? Tell me, what is a good wife supposed to do according to you?
You know, clean the house, cook, make sure everything's in order and ready for when the husband, me, gets home. Seriously, it can't be that hard. All you need to do is actually put some effort into it and you could be a pretty good housewife.
But I'm not a housewife. I have a job that I work incredibly hard at. And being a photographer is more than just pointing a camera at someone and clicking a button. It takes skill and experience to know how to get the best picture possible. And the fact that I work weddings, taking pictures of people's most important day, is definitely hard work. You have no clue the amount of pressure that hangs over me on those days, as I have to try and get everything perfect because I can't ask the bride and groom to redo anything. They can't have their first kiss or dance twice.
It doesn't matter. You are the woman, so you should do the housework, no matter what else you're doing.
I'm sorry?
That's okay.
No, I mean, I'm sorry because I had no clue that when I married you, I had signed up to become your bloody housemaid.
Well, what did you expect? That I would do all the work at home? Not likely. I've never done house chores and I don't think I ever will. That's a woman's job and so I'll make sure that a woman does it.
Do you even hear yourself? You sound so sexist right now. I actually can't believe it. And for your information, I do clean up around the house. Way more than you do. Even though I have way less time than you. You can't even be bothered to put your underwear in the wash at the end of the day. The hamper's right in the bedroom too. But no, you just dump everything on the floor and expect me to sort through all of your dirty stuff and clean up after you. Well, in case you haven't noticed, I'm not your mom, and you're not 5 years old anymore. If you want a maid, then you can hire one.
I'm not wasting my money on hiring a maid when you're more than capable of tidying up whilst I'm at work. I mean, you don't have weddings to photograph every day, do you? I know that more often than not, you're just sat at home doing nothing at all.
I don't know where you've got this idea that I don't do anything all day, but it's not true. I actually have work that I do. And whilst I might not be photographing things every day, I still have work to do. Take a wedding, for example. I will have to sift through the hundreds of photos that I have taken on that day, delete all of the bad ones, and find the best looking ones. This usually consists of a group between 20 to 50 photos. I then have to edit all of these pictures to make them look as perfect as possible. An edit on just one photo can take a couple of hours, so times that by 50 and it's actually a lot of work.
But all you do is tap away on your laptop whilst I'm watching TV. Face it, your so-called job isn't that difficult at all. At the end of the day, I'm the one earning all the money to pay for the house and the bills and whatever else you want, so you have to do what I say. If you want any money to go out and stuff, then be a good wife and start taking care of me and the house. You can start by having dinner ready for when I get back.
I really don't know where you get off on acting like such a jerk. If I had known you were going to be like this, I never would have married you.
I'm not being like anything. You're the one being selfish and stubborn.
You know what? You can make your own bath and do your own dinner. I'm going out to eat. I won't be here when you get back.
Don't you dare! You can't go out! You've got to make my dinner! I forbid you!
Too bad. I'm not your dog nor your maid. I can do what I want.
But I don't know what to make.
Looks like you'll be eating beans on toast then. That's so simple, even you can make it. Cyan, you there?
Hey Meg, what's up?
Are you free to meet up?
When were you thinking?
Now, if possible?
Yeah, sure. I think I can do that. How come you want to meet up so suddenly? Has something happened?
It's Tom. He's been such a huge ass. I really could do with someone to talk to. I thought maybe we could go to our bar, if you're up for it.
Yeah, of course. God, he must have done something bad if you need to head out for a while.
Oh, you have no idea. He literally just messaged me demanding that I make his bath for him and have it ready for when he gets back home. It's like he was expecting me to be a 1950s housewife, waiting at the front door with dinner in one hand and a beer in the other.
Jeez, that does sound really sexist.
Yeah, and that's not the half of it. He kept going on about how I don't do anything all day apart from watch TV and play games on my computer. He said that because he pays for everything, then I should at least clean the house and do all of the other housework.
Hang on, but you do have a job. Doesn't he know that?
I've told him a million times that I work, and I've even talked to him in depth about what I'm working on. But he just never listens. He brushes it off and ignores me in favor of watching the TV. I mean, as soon as he gets back from work, all he does is sit himself down on the sofa and switch on the TV. He doesn't move from that spot unless he needs the bathroom. Even then, I'm surprised he doesn't ask me to wipe his butt for him.
Gross. Have you tried getting him to do something different? Like, something more fun?
Trust me, I've tried everything. All he says is that he's tired from work, which I apparently wouldn't understand, and that he wants to relax how he wants to. Which, I get that. Sometimes work can just take it out of you. But he never wants to do anything else, even on his days off.
Has he ever said things like he has tonight before?
What, about me acting like a maid?
Yeah.
He's made little quips and snide comments before, but this is the first time he's full-on said I need to act like his maid. Actually, I think the proper term he used was a good wife, or something stupid like that.
Ugh, barf.
Uh-huh, I know. Honestly, I don't think that I can go back to him after this. All he's going to be expecting is for me to apologize and then act like he wants me to. I can't do that. I'm not someone's maid. When we first got married, everything was great. He helped out with the house chores and we had fun together. Since then, though, he's just become this sexist, lazy bum.
I'm sorry, Meg. Look, I'm just coming up to the bar now so we can talk some more inside and figure something out. Okay?
Alright, I'll see you in a minute. Thanks, Cyan.
It's no problem.
Hey, Megan, where were you last night? You never came home.
I stayed over at Cyan's. I needed to sort a few things out.
Seriously? I was hoping you'd be back to do my breakfast. I mean, we did discuss this last night. This isn't a great start to show that you're gonna stop being lazy and useless. I suppose there's nothing else to do but this.
But what?
I'm divorcing you.
What?
Yup, your lazy ways are simply too much for me to put up with. This way, if I divorce you, then maybe you'll learn how to be a good wife. This is a lesson that you sorely need.
You know what? Fine. You can have a divorce if you want one. I'm not worried. In fact, it might be the best thing you actually do for me.
Ha! That's doubtful. You'll be begging me to take you back because you can't make it on your own. And when you do come running to beg me to take you back, there'll be a few conditions before I do. Mainly, you'll have to stop being lazy and start actually helping out around the house. I'll be expecting a proper clean home and dinner most nights. Once your temper tantrum is over, we can finally get things how they're supposed to be.
You're going to be in for a rude awakening. There's nothing in this world that will make me want to go back to you.
We'll see. Anyway, I'll send the papers around this afternoon. Please sign them as quickly as you can. Just try not to let this tantrum last too long. We've got to go and see my parents in a few weeks. Hey, Megan, are you done ignoring me yet? Our trip to my parents' home is tomorrow, so we need to get packed and ready. You can just pack me my regular clothes. I don't think we'll be going anywhere too fancy. Megan?
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
Our trip's tomorrow. You need to come back and get everything ready for us.
I don't need to do anything. I'm not your wife anymore. In fact, I don't want anything to do with you. Anyway, I'm busy tomorrow. I've got a wedding to photograph, so I really can't have any other distractions. It's quite a high-profile one.
Hang on, I was reading about a wedding between two famous actors and that it's taking place tomorrow. Don't tell me you're photographing it.
Well, I'm not really at liberty to discuss it. I had to sign an NDA after all. But I might have something to do with it. It just shows that I wasn't just messing around on my laptop. I was doing important work, creating a portfolio that I could then use to promote myself to becoming one of the best photographers out there.
What do you mean, one of the best photographers?
Exactly that. I've built myself up so that I am a highly sought-after photographer. And not just for weddings. I have people offering me jobs all over the world. From film sets to modeling agencies. I really do have a lot to choose from.
But that's impossible. How come I never knew about this?
You didn't listen. I told you about my job multiple times, but you just ignored me.
I just thought that it was all rubbish and a waste of time. I didn't know you were actually good at taking pictures. Like, I thought anyone could do it just with their smartphone.
Well, that's your problem. I've already had so many offers that I'm earning way more than you ever have.
I never knew. Well, I mean, even though you're working, you'll have to find time to fit some housework around your schedule. It's good that you're finally doing something, but the house still needs to be cleaned.
I've already told you. I'm not coming back to you. I've got my own place now. If you want a clean house, then you're going to have to do it yourself.
What?
Yeah, I'm way too busy to be your maid. Looks like you're going to have to stop being lazy and actually get up off of your backside for once.
Please, come back, Megan. I mean, with the amount of money you're earning, we might even be able to hire a maid. You won't have to do anything then.
No thanks. You've shown your true colors, and I'm not interested in your horrible, sexist behavior. Just because I didn't go to work like a normal person didn't mean I wasn't working hard. It's your own fault if you couldn't understand that.
But I didn't really mean anything by the divorce. I was just trying to teach you a lesson. You know, how to be a better wife and stuff. So, you need to come back to me now. I mean, you must have felt lonely in my absence. If you say sorry, we can get back together.
I'm officially a married person now.
Huh?
Yeah. After we got divorced, I threw myself into my work. But whilst I was working a modeling job, I met another photographer and we really hit it off. We ended up going out on a few dates to see if there was a spark, and we realized that we loved spending time with one another. From there on out, we continued dating and became an official couple. 4 months later, he asked me to marry him. Lots of people thought that we were rushing into things, but me and Jack knew that we didn't want to be with anyone else. We had a small wedding. We actually eloped to Iceland and had our honeymoon there too. We got loads of amazing photographs, and I've even started my own Instagram page with me as the subject of the photos. It's doing really well. I've already got over 50,000 followers, and I only started it a couple of weeks ago.
Hang on, but you can't cheat on me like that. That's not fair. You should give me at least half of what you're earning as compensation for cheating on me.
I didn't cheat on you. We were divorced. I had absolutely nothing to do with you.
But I thought that you would come begging for me to take you back. I just wanted you to show me that you couldn't do anything without me. You shouldn't have been able to go off and be successful on your own. That's not how this was supposed to work.
Well, tough. You decided to play stupid games and you've won stupid prizes. Besides, I wasn't happy in our relationship anyway. I probably would have filed for divorce soon.
What?
Yeah, I mean, you can't tell me that you were happy in the relationship. Although for you, bossing me about probably was entertaining. Regardless, a marriage is made up of two people who can both decide whether or not to walk away. I made up my mind to leave, and I would have done even if you hadn't given me divorce papers.
But
Anyway, I've got to go. Busy day and all. Lots of people to meet and deals to sign for more photography jobs. What have you got planned? Wait, let me guess. Sitting in front of the TV again? Yeah, I thought so. Have a nice life, Tom. I know I will now.
wait, Megan, please.
After that, I went on to work a bunch of amazing jobs with my new husband. We made an amazing team, and even became so sought after that we were able to fully book out our entire year. No one accused me of being lazy or useless again, and I've made a very nice life for myself through all of my hard work. Sadly, Tom wasn't so lucky. Because of his lazy and sexist attitude, he continued to believe that housework was solely a woman's job. Because of this, his home fell into a pretty bad state. As well as that, no woman wanted to go out with him because of his sexist attitude. It just goes to show that times really have changed, and that men and women's roles are vastly different to how they used to be. Treat everyone with respect, especially your partners, and try to work together to make each other's lives easier. Hey, sweetie, whereabouts are you? Are you on your way home from work yet? Only, I can't help but have a massive craving for some watermelon. It would honestly be so nice right now that I would be forever in your debt if you could get me one. LOL.
Yeah, I'm about to leave work. I'll pick you one up on the way home.
Oh, thank you. Me and Miss Bump here thank you greatly and love you lots. We don't know what we would do without you. LOL.
Uh-huh.
Can you believe that we are literally only weeks away from being parents? It's crazy. I'm honestly freaking out a little bit because I feel like I have no clue what to do when the baby is born. I've been reading all of these birthing books and all about how to look after a baby, but I still feel like I'm underprepared. Like I'm forgetting something, you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's definitely scary.
Tell me about it. I don't know how I'm going to be when I actually go into labor. All that blood and pain and crying. It's going to be a nightmare.
Blood?
Yeah, and then after that is when the actually hard part starts. We'll have to look after and care for an actual baby. An actual tiny human being will be relying on us to get it to adulthood in one piece. I don't know how I've managed to do that myself, let alone getting a baby there, LOL. But the worst part will be the nappies. They are going to be awful. Good job I've got you to help me out there, huh?
That's where you're wrong.
Huh?
I draw the line at changing nappies. I'm definitely not going to be doing that. It's your job. You're the mom, so you have to change all the diapers.
I was just having a joke with you before, but there's no chance that I'm going to be the only one changing our daughter's diapers. You're going to have to do it too, you know.
No way. I'm not changing smelly, messy diapers. It's not happening.
So what are you going to do when you're watching our daughter and she fills her nappy? Huh? You can't just leave her in a dirty nappy, as that's how she'll get nappy rash. She'll need changing and you'll have to do it.
I'll just ask someone else to do it.
You can't ask a random stranger to look after our daughter and change her nappy. You are her father, so you'll have to take responsibility and do it yourself.
Well, tough. I'm not gonna do it. I'm also not gonna be getting up in the middle of the night if she wakes up screaming and crying.
And why is that?
Because I'm a very important and busy man, and I won't have time to look after a screaming child for hours on end in the middle of the night. You'll have to make her be quiet and relatively quickly so that I don't lose too much sleep.
Okay, from the looks of things, we really need to have a good long chat about what it means to be a parent. Obviously, you think that you can just lump all of the chores and difficult aspects of raising a baby onto me, and me alone. I can't be the only one taking care of our daughter. You're going to have to help out too.
I do help out, and I get the money, I'm the one who works, and make sure we actually have a roof over our heads, and 4 walls to stay in. Without me, you'd be destitute on the streets.
That's not true at all. Before getting pregnant, I was working a really well-paying job, and I had a lot of options to progress in my chosen career. However, I decided to have this baby with you when I found out that I was pregnant, because I love you, and I want to start a family with you. I thought you loved me as well, but with how you're talking, it doesn't sound too true at the moment.
No, don't overreact. I love you, you know I do. But I didn't choose to have this baby. You did. You want it, then you have to look after it. I can't be doing that as well as working. I'll have no time for myself if I do all of that.
So, when am I supposed to have time for myself? If I've got a baby to look after full-time, and no husband to help me out with things.
As the mom, you don't get time for yourself. You've got a baby to look after.
Do you even hear yourself right now? You sound so selfish and conceited.
Whatever, I'm just telling you the fact of the matter, and that is that you're the one who needs to stay home and take care of the baby whilst I can do whatever I want.
Oh, that is so not happening.
I've got to go. I need to actually start driving home so that I'm not stuck at work all night, okay?
Fine, but this conversation is so not over.
Uh-huh, sure, whatever. See you soon.
Bye. Sean, where are you? You were supposed to finish work ages ago. How come you're not back yet? Nothing's happened, has it? You're okay, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, about that. I decided that I didn't really feel like dealing with a pregnant you, especially considering that I have to go to work tomorrow, so I've decided not to come home tonight.
What? Please tell me you're joking. You can't just ditch me.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not coming home tonight. And I don't know if I'll come back at all these next few weeks whilst you're getting ready to have the baby. I don't want to have to deal with a heavily pregnant wife whilst trying to work as well. It's just way too exhausting.
Well, where are you then?
I'm just at my mom's house.
Seriously?
Yeah, oh, and she totally agrees with me, by the way. She thinks that it's kind of rude of you to demand that I help out with all the cleaning and stuff with the baby when it's born, when I've been at work all day. She said that considering you're the wife, and that you should be the one to cook and clean and look after the baby. I shouldn't have to do a woman's work, to be honest.
Woman's work? What on earth are you on about? Taking care of a house is not woman's work. If two people live in it, like we do, then it's up to both members of the couple to keep it clean and tidy and looking nice. And that goes double for looking after a baby. I'm really going to need your help and support when our daughter arrives, which will include tidying up any mess that she makes or helping me with the housework when it arises. Besides, it's not even like you're the only one who works. I'd understand and take a bit more responsibility if I was a stay-at-home wife who had time to clean and stuff during the day. But the fact of the matter is, I have a job too. I might be on maternity leave at the minute, but that doesn't make my work any less important than yours.
Well, whatever. I'm tired and stressed, and all I want to do is have a nice, relaxing evening after work. I knew if I came home, then I wouldn't be able to do that, as you just keep nagging me over and over again to look through the baby books again and to plan out how I'm going to help take care of the baby. It's annoying, and I've seriously had enough of it.
Seriously? Having a baby is annoying to you? Well, I can't wait to see how you behave when she's actually born.
Look, I'm done talking about this. I'm staying at my mom's tonight, so don't bother coming to get me. Got it?
Fine then. And don't worry. I wasn't going to beg you for anything. Not anymore. I can clearly see what you think of me and our baby, and that you're not going to help me anyway.
Well, who knows? Maybe if you beg me to come back home and apologize for how you've been acting, I might do so.
What do you mean, beg you to come home?
I mean exactly what I said. If you actually apologize for being a demanding and frankly annoying wife, then I might consider coming back home tonight. Or at the very least, I won't stay at my mom's house until the baby's born. After all, I would like to sleep in my bed again before then. It's much more comfortable.
Hang on a minute. You mean to tell me that you want me to turn around and beg for you to come home? And on top of that, you want me to apologize for telling you that you have to take care of our daughter?
Well, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, what kind of wife goes on and on and on about her husband needing to help her out? You honestly make yourself sound like an incapable toddler. Can you seriously not do anything for yourself?
I'm the incapable one? Says the man who gets into a huff when he has to iron his own shirt.
That's women's work.
You know what? I don't want you coming home tonight after all. I seriously can't deal with your ridiculous and selfish behavior. I have other things to worry about instead. Stay at your mom's house because this door is going to be locked for the rest of the night.
Fine then, I will.
Great.
So, have you thought about how you were acting yesterday? Are you ready to apologize?
Apologize for what?
You know what. Look, just kneel down and seek my forgiveness. If you actually do it, I'll be laughing all the way home.
You've lost your home. It's gone.
Huh? What do you mean by that?
I mean that I don't want you coming back at all.
Hang on, but why not?
Well, let's face it. You've made it very clear that you don't want to help me with the baby when she's born, so you can stay where you are. I don't need some useless and lazy person getting in my way when I'm trying to take care of a newborn baby. I mean, I'll have one helpless child to look after and make sure nothing bad happens to them. I can't be dealing with looking after a selfish toddler as well.
Look, it's like I said, all you have to do is just beg me to come back home, and I might consider coming back and maybe helping with some things, like holding her every now and then. All you have to do is swallow your pride and apologize.
I have absolutely nothing to apologize for, and the fact that you're trying to blackmail me into saying I'm sorry for no reason whatsoever just shows what your true character actually is.
Huh? What do you mean?
You're nothing but a selfish, sexist, and horrible little man who, apparently, can't feel good about himself unless he's trying to force his pregnant wife to beg him to come back home and help her out with a baby that they are only weeks away from having together.
But this isn't fair. You should listen to your husband when he tells you to do something.
Are you really being this petty right now? You're getting angry and annoyed at me simply because I won't beg you to come home?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the man of this relationship, not you. I don't want to be shown up and made to feel emasculated. You need to just do what I tell you when I tell you to do it. That's what a good little housewife would do.
Okay, 1, that's incredibly sexist. And 2, I'm not a housewife. I have a job, I am just on maternity leave.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Wow, good comeback.
Yeah, look, if you don't do what I say right now, then there will be consequences.
Consequences? What are those then?
Well, you'll just have to wait and see. Of course, if you do what I tell you to, then you won't have to deal with them.
Uh-huh. Well, whilst you think up some consequences, I'm going to get back to baby-proofing the house and setting up my daughter's nursery.
Duh, why can't you just be a good little housewife and do what I say? How hard is it to listen to your husband? Stop being so disobedient.
Disobedient? Where on earth has all of this come from? You weren't this sexist and crazy when we first got married.
Yeah, well, this is who I am now. Deal with it.
And this is the kind of dad that you're going to be to our daughter? Crazy and sexist and selfish? Trying to teach her that she's less than boys and men simply because she's a girl?
What I teach my daughter is up to me. Now, are you gonna beg me to come home like I told you to?
No.
Well then, I guess you'll just have to raise the baby yourself then. You could have saved yourself the trouble if you just done what I told you to. But you're simply too stubborn for your own good. I'm gonna go and relax now then. My mom has made me a nice dinner and I'm gonna just watch some TV and go to bed. What are you gonna do? Stay up all night working on the nursery and reading baby books all by yourself? It's not very attractive, you know. We'll have to have a proper conversation about all of this when I get back.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Hey, there's no need to be so grumpy. This is all your fault anyway.
Okay.
I'm going now. Okay, very well. Delilah, where have you gone? Why aren't you home? And why can't I get into the house? My key isn't working. What have you done to the locks?
Oh, Sean. You finally decided to go home, I see? Well, I say home. It's just a house for you now, for all intents and purposes. It's not your home anymore.
That's exactly what I'm on about. What have you done? Why can't I get into the house?
Well, I've changed the locks. That's why.
Huh? What do you mean you've changed the locks? Why?
The house is mine. That's why.
What are you on about? The house isn't yours. I'm the man, so the house is mine.
Actually, it isn't. Do you remember when we were first looking for a house to buy? You were on minimum wage at the time, having just started your new job. So we decided, or well, more like you forced me, to put the mortgage in my name, as I was earning more than you. You didn't want to deal with the payments, but you didn't care if I had to. So, yeah. So it turns out that I'm the one who gets to decide who lives in my house, not you.
Hang on, but that's not fair. I live there too. I should get a say in what happens to it.
Actually, you don't live here anymore.
Look, you and I are gonna have a proper chat about what you can and can't do. You're getting way too used to just doing whatever you want, and it's not a good trait for a woman to have. You need to get used to doing what I tell you to as your husband. I can't have you teaching things like this to our daughter.
Actually, no. I'm never going to have a conversation with you ever again.
What do you mean?
I've filed for divorce. I've actually only just got back from my attorney's office this morning.
What? No way, I won't give you one.
It's too late. I've already contacted some lawyers and they are more than happy to represent me in court if it comes to it.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. How selfish can you get?
I'm not being selfish. I've just finally realized the type of person you are. And let me tell you, it's not someone I want to be with. I don't want a husband who is constantly belittling me and telling me that I can't do something just because I'm a woman. I deserve so much better than that. And I'm certainly not going to let you teach my daughter that she's less than a man. She's so much more than that.
Fine then, if that's the way you want to be, then I'll divorce you and I'll take full custody of the baby too.
No, you won't. I've already spoken to my lawyers about this, as I knew that you tried to pull a stunt like this, and they've said that due to all the evidence of your clear lack of interest and care towards my daughter, we'll be able to make sure that I get full custody, not you.
What?
Yep. So I'm going to continue living in my house and getting ready for the arrival of my daughter. As for you, I don't care what you do, as long as you're nowhere near me.
You absolute witch! This isn't how things are supposed to go!
Well, until you learn how to be a proper man, one who respects women, I don't think you'll be finding things going your way for quite a long time. Anyway, the divorce papers will be with you soon. I've got to go now, because I've got quite a few things left to get ready for my baby girl. See ya.
You've really done it this time, Delilah. Just you wait. I'll show you! Delilah?
I divorced Sean in the end. He tried to fight it at first, but after the judge saw how he had been treating me, and how he was so disregarding of his unborn daughter, he sided with me in the end and gave me the divorce. I've since had my baby girl, who I decided to name Hope, and we have been living happily together for the last few months. It's quite hard being a single mother, but it's also incredibly rewarding, and I love every moment that I get to spend with my daughter. Last I heard, Sean ended up moving back in with his mom after I kicked him out. Also, with his new sexist attitude, he's not had any chance with relationships. Who knew that women didn't like to be treated like an object from the 1950s? Well, I mean probably everyone apart from Sean. But if he's rejected enough, maybe he'll eventually learn that times have changed, and he needs to as well if he wants to have any success in life.